Hey, it's Dr. D here. In this video, I'm going to share 14 signs of an emotionally immature person. But before we get started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button or leave a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Let's dive right in. Being an emotionally immature person, man or woman, puts a lot of stress and strain on the relationship, leaving the other partner feeling drained and emotionally depleted. But first, some key points to think about and remember about this type of person. They struggle with communicating in healthy ways. They have difficulty managing their emotions. They often become defensive even around small slights, and they lack the depth and understanding about their emotions as well as their partners. So, what exactly does cause emotional immaturity in a person? 4 reasons. Emotional neglect, trauma, abuse, and unhealthy examples from a poor upbringing. Emotional neglect. This happens when our primary caretakers fail to respond or available to our emotional needs growing up. It's a form of neglect that prevents healthy development in a child and is the leading cause for emotional immaturity in an adult and in relationships. Parents have an unwillingness to do the work and understand what it means and what it takes to be a parent who is available emotionally to their child. 2, trauma. They come from a history of trauma. So maybe their parent had their own trauma that they were dealing with or passed down. Maybe they experienced divorce, addiction by their parent, or some type of abuse. Then a parent also uses emotionally immature ways to respond to their child, such as a silent treatment, stonewalling, lashing out, or ignoring them, or some kind of drama that's been carried on from their family of origin. 3, abuse. Child experiences physical, emotional, or mental abuse. They feel helpless and hopeless to change anything because, of course, the person they rely on to keep them safe is the person causing the abuse. They push their emotional system into overdrive, and they are focused on keeping themselves safe, stunting their own growth and development. And 4, unhealthy examples in a poor upbringing. They maybe experience poor or horrible examples set by their parents. Parents that set healthy boundaries and the child was exposed to unhealthy behaviors, so they come to believe the examples set by their parents were normal, or this is how it's supposed to be. Again, maybe some trauma and abuse environment. As a result, from their upbringing, they become emotionally immature people and partners. Here are 14 signs of an emotionally immature partner. 1, they cannot handle stress. They get angry, they yell, they call you names because they don't know how to manage stress in healthy ways. They might often use emotional verbal abuse and tactics such as threats, isolation, humiliation, criticism. They gaslight you. Gaslighting is a form of psychological manipulation that causes the victim, you, to question your thoughts, feelings, and judgment, memories, and sanity. They make you feel like you're going crazy. 3, they are selfish. They will not think of or consider your feelings and will make decisions about their life based on what they need in the moment. So they lack empathy and the ability to see things from another person's perspective, yours. 4, they don't talk about their feelings. They often ignore sharing how they feel because this makes them feel uncomfortable, and they feel it's a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. So you'll be left wondering and guessing, and you'll try to mind read to no avail. 5, they are impulsive. They react in immature ways through outbursts of anger, giving you silent treatment, shutting you down, saying hurtful things, or just leaving the situation when they feel any slight. And you feel like you're dealing with a 5-year-old having a temper tantrum, because you are. 6, they're needy. They're needy and clingy. They have a hard time respecting boundaries or even setting boundaries. They're insecure. And this can become a very unhealthy codependence, and sometimes it can become toxic. 7, they're defensive. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. They lash out, they call you names, they shut you down, shut you out, and refuse to have a conversation. They don't listen, they interrupt you, and they're just defending themselves. 8, they don't take responsibility. They don't acknowledge what they did wrong or when they messed up. It's never them. They rarely ever apologize. And they may wait for you to ask them for one and then give you the proverbial, I'm sorry, with nothing behind it. 9, sometimes they're financially irresponsible. They spend money as if they're a single person in the relationship, or they're unwilling to talk about money. They don't know how to manage their money. They have a poor relationship with money. And sometimes they commit financial infidelity. 10, they're unwilling to compromise. So they'll be unwilling to meet you in the middle, hear your perspective, or concede in any way. They're stubborn. They dig those heels in and make any conversation about a compromise a non-issue. They might use guilt or blame or lie to you just to get their way. 11, they hold on to grudges. They stew over things and hold on. They become resentful. They bring up issues from months or even years ago and throw in the old kitchen sink. We all know resentment is a relationship killer, and so it creates a lot of negativity in the relationship. 12, they're emotionally available in important ways. Your partner is not able to provide emotional intimacy and connect with you on an emotional level that every relationship needs. been willing to share their thoughts and feelings because they are shut down. So they shut you out. 13, they take things personally. Even the smallest criticism can set them off. They make the issue about them instead of listening to what you have to say that might be a valid issue. They make everything about themselves and cannot take a step back and look at the situation rationally. And 14, they don't bring their 100%. They expect you to do everything for them. Or you might find yourself asking multiple times to do things or to show up as a partner. They don't show up in ways that make you feel like you have an equal partner, because you don't. They get defensive or say maybe you're nagging them. These lopsided relationships are exhausting, and I hope that helps. Stay tuned for my next video on what to do if you have an emotionally immature partner. And thanks again.